Children, the textbooks of 6th class will be coming to you with a new syllabus and new lessons. There is a poem in the second lesson. The title of the poem is The Coromandel Fishes, written by Sarojini Naidu. Children, let us discuss the title of the lesson, The Coromandel Fishes. Here, I am going to show you what is coromandel. See, look at this picture. Here you can find the area which is in the box. The Coromandel Coast is the southeastern coast region of the Indian subcontinent. See, this area is located between south and east, in the middle of south and east. It is called southeastern coast. You can also see our Andhra Pradesh. Here, the fishermen catch fish in this particular area. This is Coromandel. And next, the next word in the title of the lesson, of the poem, fishers. Here you can see the fishers in the picture. Fishers means the people who catch fish. We also call them fishermen. You can see in the picture there is a boat. A fisherman is throwing the net and trying to catch the fish. And now you look at this picture. Here you can see a fisherman throwing the net into the water so that he can catch some fish. Children, you might have seen this scene, this kind of catching fish in your villages. Now, children, I would like to show you the rowing of a boat. Usually, the fishermen go into the waters by using a small boat and they catch fish by rowing the boat. That boat is also called catamaran. Now, I am going to introduce you the poet of this poem, Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu is an Indian political leader. She participated in Indian freedom fighting. She brought us independence under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. She was also known as Nightingale of India because she also wrote many poems in which there is melody and music. She was born on February 13, 1879 in Hyderabad. And she was the first president of the first female president of the Indian National Congress. She was also the first female governor of the independent India. You can see Sarojini Naidu participating along with Mahatma Gandhi in various activities of freedom fighting. Before I start the lesson, children, I will ask you a question. What is the difference between hi and hello? What is the difference between hi and hello? Usually there is no difference in meaning. The meaning is the same between hi and hello. But sometimes we say hi, and when do you say hello? There is no difference, but there is a little difference in using. When you say hi, you feel that the person is very close to you. When you say hello to somebody, you feel that that person is not that close to you. Now, let's move on to the lesson. Before I start the lesson, I would like to introduce some important words that you will come across in the poem. The first one is dawn. Dawn means sunrise. సూర్యోదయం. క్యాటమరాన్స్, a boat, చేపలు పట్టే పడవ. Capture, capture means catch, to take control of, పట్టుకోవడం. Hasten, hasten means hurry, తొందరపడటం. The next one, glade. Glade means cleared space in a forest. ఒక అడవిలో ఒక ఖాళీగా ఉండే ప్రదేశం. Grove, grove means a small forest. It's like a garden. మనకు మామిడి తోటలు, కొబ్బరి తోటలు లాంటి వాటిని మనం గ్రవ్ అంటాం. Glee, glee means happiness, సంతోషం. Verge, verge means edge, an edge, చివర. Now, children, look at this poem. This poem contains 3 stanzas. In every stanza, you will find 4 lines. In every line, you can find 7 beats. So, I will very happy. This is the first line in the first stanza. So, you can see 7 arrow marks. They are beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When there is a beat, we just usually raise our voice. కొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫోర్స్, మనం కొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫోర్స్తో అక్కడ చదవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఎక్కడైతే బీట్ ఉందో అక్కడ మనం కొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫోర్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. విల్ గివ్ సమ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫోర్స్ వెన్ దెర్ ఈజ్ ఎ బీట్. నౌ the first line I am going to read with beats, and the beats lead to rhythm. ఫస్ట్ టైం బీట్స్తో చదివిన తర్వాత కొంచెం మెలడీ ఉంటుంది, ఆ తర్వాత ఇంకొంచెం రిథమ్ ఉంటుంది. See, I am going to show you. Rise, brothers, rise. Rise, brothers, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. So this is with beats. Next with rhythm. Rise, brothers, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. Rise, brothers, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. Now let's move on to the next line. The wind lies asleep. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that's cried all night. In the arms of the dawn like a child that's cried all night. The wind lies asleep. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that's cried all night. In the arms of the dawn like a child that's cried all night. Come, let us gather. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set catamarans free. Our nets from the shore and set catamarans free. Come, let us gather. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set catamarans free. Our nets from the shore and set catamarans free. To capture the leaping wealth of the tide, to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. For we are the kings of the sea. To capture the leaping wealth of the tide, to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. For we are the kings of the sea. Now let's move on to the second stanza. No longer delay, no longer delay. Let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. Let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. No longer delay, no longer delay. Let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. Let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother. The cloud is our brother. The waves are comrades all. The sea is our mother. The cloud is our brother. The waves are The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are comrades all, the waves are comrades all. What though we toss, what though we toss, at the fall of the sun where the hands of the sea god drives, at the fall of the sun where the hand of the sea god drives. What though we sob, what though we toss, at the fall of the sun where the hand of the sea god drives, at the fall of the sun where the hand of the sea god drives. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his best ever lives. The storm by the hair will hide in his best ever lives. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his best ever lives. The storm by the hair will hide in his best ever lives. Now let's move on to the third and the last stanza. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and scent of the mango grove. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. And the scent of the mango grove. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voice we love. With the sound of the voice we love. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voice we love. With the sound of the voice we love. But sweeter, oh brothers, the kiss of the prey, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. The kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. But sweeter, oh brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. The kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. Row, brothers, row. Row, brothers, row. To the edge of the woods where the low sky meets with the sea. To the edge of the woods where the low sky meets with the sea. Row, brothers, row. Row, brothers, row. To the edge of the woods where the low sky meets with the sea. To the edge of the woods where the low sky meets with the sea. Now, children, let's come back to the first stanza. See here. The very first line, the fisherman is calling the other fisherman to get up, to rise and start catching fish. Rise, brothers, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. See, for the morning light, even the sky is also waiting. Usually we wait for the morning sun. The fisherman is saying the sky is also waiting for the morning light, early morning. That is why they are asking others to wake up and get ready for catching fish, to go into the sea and catch fish. And the second line, the wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that's cried all night. The wind here is compared with a child. Usually children, they cry all the night. And by early morning, they start sleeping. They become silent. At the same time, here wind also, all the night the wind makes sounds by moving this way and that way. And finally, by early morning, the wind stops moving and it becomes silent, like a child. గాలి కూడా చిన్నపిల్లల్లాగా తెల్లవారుజామున సైలెంట్ అయిపోతుంది. రాత్రల్లా ఏడ్చి పడుకునే చిన్నపిల్లలాగా ఇక్కడ విండ్ కూడా అలాగే ఉంటుంది. ద విండ్ ఈస్ కంపేర్డ్ విత్ ద చైల్డ్ హియర్. నౌ ద థర్డ్ లైన్, కమ్ లెట్ us గ్యాదర్. our nets from the shore and set the catamarans free. So the fisherman is calling the other fisherman to gather the nets. Nets means they are used to catch the fish. They throw the net and catch the fish. They are gathering the nets and they will start their boats. Catamaran means a boat used to catch fish. Catamarans are usually tied at the bank of the sea. వాటిని ఒడ్డున కట్టేసి ఉంటాయి. పడవలు మీరు చూసే ఉంటారు. వాటిని విప్పదీసి సముద్రంలోకి తీసుకెళ్దామని పిలుస్తున్నారు. నెట్స్ అండ్ బోట్స్. The last line, to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. Here capture means to catch. Leaping wealth of the tide. Here also there is comparison. Leaping wealth of the tide means here the fish. Leaping wealth of the tide. సముద్రంలో ఉండేటటువంటి సంపద ఏంటి? ఫిష్ కదా. వాటిని పట్టుకోవడానికి టు క్యాప్చర్ ద లీపింగ్ వెల్త్. ఇక్కడ లీపింగ్ వెల్త్ అంటే ఫిష్ అనమాట. దర్ ఇస్ ఎ కంపారిజన్ హియర్. Because we are the kings of the sea. So why they are going into the sea? Because they are the kings. The fishermen are kings of the sea. Because the sea is their mother. మన ఇంట్లో మనమే కింగ్స్ కదా, పిల్లలు. So they are the kings of the sea, and so they have a right to catch the fish. Now let's move on to the second stanza. No longer delay. Let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. Okay, let's not go late. Let's hasten away. Let's start fast. Let's go fast and track the seagulls. Here seagull. Seagull means it's a bird, sea bird. Seagull అనేది యూజువల్గా సముద్రంలో అది కూడా చేపలు పట్టుకుంటూ ఉంటుంది. They follow the seagull. The fishermen follow the seagull. If you follow the seagull, you can easily find the fish and catch them. ఆ seagull వెంట వెళ్తే ఈజీగా ఫిష్ క్యాచ్ చేయొచ్చు. So that's why they have to start immediately. Now the second line. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. Here also there is comparison. The sea is compared here with mother. Our mother gives us everything. Just like the sea gives everything to the fisherman. The cloud is our brother. Here the cloud is compared with brother. Usually our brother helps us in our house. Here the cloud also helps them in the sea. The waves are our comrades. Here comrades means friends. Here the waves means alalu. Alalni friends to compare చేయడం జరిగింది. The waves are compared with comrades, friends. So what though we toss at the fall of the sun where the hand of the sea god drives. So here sometimes we toss means a boat పడిపోవచ్చు తలకిందులుగా. పడిపోయినప్పుడు ఏం జరుగుతుంది? వాళ్ళు ప్రమాదానికి లోనవచ్చు. సో ఈవెన్ దెన్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో ప్రాబ్లం. దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ సీ గాడ్. సముద్రదేవుడు ఉన్నాడు, ఆయన మనల్ని రక్షిస్తాడు. నో ప్రాబ్లం. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. Ayane, the God, he will save from us from the storm. Storm means tufanu. He will save us from storm also. మనల్ని ఆయనే తుఫాన్ నుంచి కూడా రక్షిస్తాడు. సో వీ నీడ్ నాట్ వరీ, వీ నీడ్ నాట్ ఫియర్ అబౌట్ ద సీ. The third stanza. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. Sweet means we like something in our houses, nearby our houses. మన ఇంటి దగ్గర కోకోనట్ గ్లేడ్, కొబ్బరి తోటలు, అలాంటి మ్యాంగో గ్రవ్, ఇవన్నీ మన అట్రాక్షన్స్, మన ఇంటి దగ్గర అట్రాక్షన్స్. కానీ అక్కడికన్నా ఇంకా అట్రాక్షన్స్ మనకి సముద్రంలోనే అంటున్నారు. అండ్ స్వీట్స్ ఆర్ ద sands of the full of the moon with the sound of the voice we love. ఇంకా మనకు అట్రాక్షన్స్ ఏమైనా మన ఇంటి దగ్గర చంద్రుడి నీడ, అలాగే మన ఇంటి దగ్గర ఫ్రెండ్స్ ముచ్చట్లు, ఇవన్నీ. సో మనకు అవి ఇష్టమై మా అట్రాక్షన్స్కి మనం లోన్ అయితే మనం ఏం చేస్తాం? ఇంటి దగ్గరే ఉంటాం, స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళాం. But there are more attractions in the sky. At the same time, the fishermen have more attractions in the sea. The next line says, but sweeter, oh brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. ఇంకా మనకు సముద్రంలో ఇంకా కొంచెం మంచి మోర్ అట్రాక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. స్వీటర్, కిస్ ఆఫ్ ద స్ప్రే, అక్కడ మనకు సముద్రం నుంచి వాటర్ డ్రాప్స్ పడతా ఉంటాయి, వెరీ బ్యూటిఫుల్. డాన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద వైల్డ్ ఫార్మ్స్ గ్లీ, ఇంకా అక్కడ మనకు ఫోమ్, నురగ చాలా బ్యూటిఫుల్గా ఉంటుంది. అవన్నీ మనకి సముద్రంలో అట్రాక్షన్స్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు బి అట్రాక్టెడ్ బై దెమ్. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky meets with the sea. So, row means run the boat. మనం బోట్ తీసుకొని సముద్రం లోపలికి వెళ్దాం. వేర్ ద లో స్కై మేట్స్, ఎక్కడ దాకా, వెరీ డీప్ ఇన్ టు ద సీ. లో స్కై మేట్స్ విత్ అది మేట్స్ విత్ ద సీ మీన్స్ వెరీ డీప్ ఇన్ టు ద సీ. Okay, now children, let us see some of the rhyming words in the poem. Light, night, free, sea. You can find them in the first stanza. Call, all, drives, lives. You can see them in the second stanza. Grow, love, glee, see. These you can find in the third stanza. Now there are some comparisons in the poem. We have already seen the comparisons. See, the first four comparisons are called metaphors, and the last one is called simile in English literature, in poetry. The first one is leaping wealth of the tide. It is compared with fish. The second one is sea. Sea is compared with mother. Cloud is compared with brother. Waves are compared with comrades. And wind is compared with child. Now, children, I am going to ask you a few questions. Choose the correct options to complete the sentences. The poet says that the sea is our dash. Sea is our mother. Option A correct. And the second question, the poet says that the cloud is our dash. The cloud is our brother. Option B is correct. The poet says, third one, the poet says that the waves are our dash. The waves are our comrades. Option D is correct. Children, our first question is, how is the wind described in line 2? Please note down, take a notebook and take a pen, and please note down these questions and try to write answers on your own. The second question is, why are the nets to be gathered? And the third question, what do you think is the wealth of the fisherman? What do you think is the wealth of the fisherman? The fourth question, what happens if the fishermen are late in their work? Usually you go to school in time. What happens if you go to school late? Like that, what happens if the fishermen are late in their work? Last question, what are the sweet things in the poem and what are sweeter? There are some sweet things outside the sea, near our house. What are sweeter? Please note down these questions and try to answer them and show it to your teachers. Okay, children, thanks for being with us. Keep watching Vidya Varadhi program on DD Saptagiri channel and keep in touch with all your lessons. Thanks. Bye.
మా కార్యక్రమంపై మీ అభిప్రాయాలు తెలియజేయగలరు. ఈమెయిల్ ddSaptagiri@gmail.com, ఫేస్బుక్ www.facebook.com/ddsaptagiri, ట్విట్టర్ twitter.com/ddsaptagirivja, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ www.instagram.com/ddsaptagiri, యూట్యూబ్ www.youtube.com/c/ddsaptagiri.
Hi children, good afternoon to all the students of 7th class. I welcome you all back to the Vidya Varadhi program on DD Saptagiri channel. Children, today we are fighting with coronavirus. We already discussed in our previous session, the very first lesson. And now we are going to discuss the second lesson. Here in this lesson, there is something remarkable about the scientific research. We are trying to control the coronavirus today by using two types of fighting. On one side, we are trying to use 4 techniques. Number 1, we are staying at home. Number 2, washing hands. Number 3, using mask. Number 4, social distancing. By using these 4 techniques, now we are trying to control coronavirus at present, because at present coronavirus is stronger than us. And on the other side, we are trying to develop a vaccine or medicine. For that, there is also a lot of, we are trying to develop a vaccine or medicine. For that, there is also a lot of scientific research is being done throughout the world. So in that way, we are trying to control coronavirus in 2 different ways. When we were ruled by the British, we also fought with the British for independence, for freedom, by using 2 weapons. Because the British were stronger than us, and so we followed a different method of fighting. What the weapons we used? Peace and non-violence. They were the 2 weapons, Shanti, Ahimsa. By using the 2 weapons, we fought with the British under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi and got independence. And again, here we understand that the virus corona is stronger at present, and so we are using these techniques. But on the other side, there is a lot of research going on, and we will find a solution for that. So today in our lesson number 2 from 7th class English textbook, C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. In this lesson, we are going to know more about what is a scientific research. Children, I am going to show you a few pictures. So look at these pictures. All are scientists. Most of them you might have already learned about most of the scientists in your science subject. The first one, Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam. The second picture, C.V. Raman. The third one, Srinivasa Ramanujan, a great mathematician. These 3 persons are Indians. And the next picture, Albert Einstein. And the next one, Isaac Newton. And the last one, Alexander Fleming. So all these world famous scientists, they have made a lot of research in science, and they have brought us so many things which we are using in our daily life. Children, let me ask you a question. Are scientists special people? What do you say? Yes, really, they are special people. They do everything in a special way. They sacrifice their life. There is no doubt about it. They are really special people. Our next question, who was the first Indian scientist that received the Nobel Prize? Who was the first Indian scientist that received the Nobel Prize? That is C.V. Raman. Now you can see the picture of C.V. Raman. He got the Nobel Prize in physics. Look at this picture. You can see C.V. Raman in the picture having some headdress on his head. తల మీద పాగా ఉంది చూడండి. He is showing something to his visitors. That's a laboratory. That is the laboratory of C.V. Raman, which is very simple. So he is showing something. Take a look at this picture. Here also you can see C.V. Raman. Okay, children. Here I am going to show you 3 important dates in the history of scientific research. So look at the first one, 1927. 1927, in that year, Compton received the Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize was announced on Compton effect. That inspired C.V. Raman, and in 1928, February 28, C.V. Raman discovered Raman effect. That is one of the historical moments in Indian science and technology. And in 1930, C.V. Raman received the Nobel Prize. These are the most important dates. 1927, Professor Compton won the Nobel Prize for his discovery of Compton effect. Professor Compton did research on X-rays. His research was on X-rays. And in 1928, February 28, already you know the importance of February 28. Every year we celebrate Science Day on February 28. Dr. C.V. Raman discovered Raman effect on that day. Dr. C.V. Raman did research on light. Compton did research on X-rays. Dr. C.V. Raman did research on light. That is the difference. So National Science Day is celebrated in India on 28th February. You know very well, children. 1930, Dr. C.V. Raman won the Nobel Prize. He is the first Indian scientist who received the Nobel Prize. Children, before I start the lesson, first of all, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between bye and goodbye? Usually you say sometimes bye to somebody, sometimes you say goodbye. What difference you notice? We say bye to someone when you feel that you will meet him again in a short period of time. But when you say goodbye, you think that you may not meet him again. You may not meet that person again, or a very long time it may take to meet him again. That is the difference. Okay, children. Now let's move on to the lesson. Before I start the lesson, I will show you some important words. Equipment, the things that are needed for a particular activity. సామగ్రి అంటాం. ఒక ల్యాబొరేటరీలో కానీ ఎక్కడైనా మనకు కావాల్సిన సామగ్రిని equipment. The second one, knight, a man of high social rank, ఒక ఉన్నత స్థానంలో ఉన్నటువంటి వ్యక్తి. Brilliant, very bright, clever, చాలా తెలివైనవాడు. Abroad, another country, వేరే దేశం వెళ్ళడాన్ని అబ్రాడ్ అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, రీసెర్చ్, డీటెయిల్డ్ స్టడీ టు గెట్ న్యూ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆర్ న్యూ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. రీసెర్చ్ అంటే పరిశోధన, ఏదైనా కొత్త విషయాన్ని కనిపెట్టడానికి పరిశోధన చేయడం. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, అనౌన్స్డ్, టు మేక్ సంథింగ్ నోన్ టు ద పబ్లిక్, ఏదైనా ఒక విషయాన్ని ప్రకటించటం. డిస్కవర్డ్, నెక్స్ట్ వన్, డిస్కవర్డ్, టు ఫైండ్ సంథింగ్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం. డిస్కవర్ అంటే కనుగొను. ఏదైనా విషయాన్ని మొదటిసారిగా కనుగొనటం. Nobel Prize, a prize given for an outstanding work in science, medicine, literature, economics, and effort to bring peace in the world. నోబెల్ ప్రైజ్ అనేది ప్రపంచ ప్రఖ్యాతి చెందినటువంటి ఒక బహుమతి. దాన్ని సైన్స్లో, మెడిసిన్, లిటరేచర్, ఎకనామిక్స్, అలాగే శాంతి, పీస్, వీటిల్లో ప్రతి సంవత్సరం ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. Now, I'm going to read aloud the first part of the lesson. C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. So look at the title once. The pride. Pride means garvamu. మనము భారతదేశం గర్వించదగినటువంటి వ్యక్తి సివి రామన్. We are proud of him because he was the very first scientist who received the Nobel Prize. First Indian scientist. Now I am going to read out the first part of the lesson. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman. Children, I will ask you, after reading this part of the lesson, I will ask you a few questions. Get ready. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was born on November 7, 1888 at Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. His father was a college physics teacher. Raman was a brilliant student from his childhood. His health conditions couldn't permit him to go abroad. So he stayed in the country to do the MA course at Presidency College in Chennai and began to write his research papers for science journals. He started his experiments seriously and confidently when it was announced that Professor Compton had won the Nobel Prize for his Compton effect. Okay, children, let me ask you a question. When and where was C.V. Raman born? When and where was C.V. Raman born? What is the answer? C.V. Raman was born on November 7, 1888 at Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Next, what was his father? What was his father? Answer. His father was a college physics teacher. It's a college physics teacher. Next question. Why didn't he go abroad? Why didn't he go abroad? What is the answer? He couldn't go abroad because his health conditions couldn't permit him to go abroad. Because he was not healthy at that time. He was suffering from some health problem, and so his parents did not allow him to go abroad, to go to some other country and study. Actually, he wanted to study in some other country, but his parents did not allow him, and his parents asked him to do some job also. They forced him. That is why he joined some job there, and while he was doing that job, every evening he used to do some research in the laboratory. After the office work was over, he went to the lab and he did some research there every day. Children, you might have known Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Mahendra Singh Dhoni he is the captain of Indian cricket team. Once he actually, his parents asked him once to do a railway job. He joined that job without interest, but he did it for some time, and later on, out of his interest, he continued to play cricket and join Indian cricket team. Same is the case with C.V. Raman. C.V. Raman, even though he was not interested in doing a job, his parents asked him to do it, and so he did it. Even while doing his job, evening time or night time, he used to do a lot of research in sound and light, etc. So that is his interest. Scientific research is his interest. Out of his interest, he did all the jobs, all the research. But out of the pressure from his parents, he did that job. Now, children, let us move on to the next part of the lesson. Compton did research on X-rays. C.V. Raman did research on light. His discovery caught the attention of the world with equipment worth hardly 200 rupees and limited facilities. Raman was able to make a discovery which won him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. C.V. Raman was the first Indian scholar who studied wholly in India and received the Nobel Prize. He was the first Asian and Indian to receive such a great award in science. Children, I will ask you a few questions. Where did C.V. Raman do his MA course? He did his MA course at Presidency College in Chennai. Now, next question. What was the difference between Compton and Raman in their research? What was the difference between their two types of research? Compton did research on X-rays. C.V. Raman did research on light. Next question. What was the price of the equipment in the laboratory of C.V. Raman? What was the price of the equipment? With the equipment worth hardly 200 rupees. His equipment was only 200 rupees. By spending just 200 rupees, he was able to win the Nobel Prize. See, children, it happened all around 100 years ago. Today we have got so many facilities, so many laboratories. See, without all these facilities, he did it. Children, you think about scientific research today. Children, you can tell me one more answer. What's so special about C.V. Raman here? What's so special? C.V. Raman was the first Indian scholar who studied wholly in India and received the Nobel Prize. So some other Indians received Nobel Prizes, but they didn't study completely in India. He studied in India completely and he received it. And he was the first Asian and Indian to receive such a great award in science. That is special about C.V. Raman. Now the last part of the lesson. He was elected to the Royal Society of London in 1924, and the British government made him a Knight of the British Empire in 1929. February 28, the day on which he discovered the Raman effect, is celebrated as National Science Day to commemorate his remarkable achievement in science. So children, we are proud of C.V. Raman. C.V. Raman, the pride of India. Okay, children, let me ask you a question. What positions held by C.V. Raman? Answer is, he was elected to the Royal Society of London in 1924, and the British government made him a Knight of the British Empire in 1929. These are the positions held by him. Now children, I am going to give you a few more questions. Please take a notebook and a pen and note down these questions and try to write answers on your own and show it to your teachers. Question number 1. What was the challenging situation when Raman started his experiment on light? Question number 2. What was Raman effect? Question number 3. When is National Science Day celebrated? Okay, children. Now, let's move on to the next part. Vocabulary. Read the following sentence and notice the underlined part. See, there is a sentence here. Raman stayed in the country to do the MA course. Raman stayed in the country to do the MA course. See, the underlined part is MA. The underlined letters in capitals denote an abbreviation. The full form of this abbreviation is Master of Arts. Master of Arts. MA stands for Master of Arts. Now, children, look at this. Here is a list of some common abbreviations. Write their full forms. Okay, are you ready? Here on the left side, the abbreviations are given. Write the full forms of them. BA, AD, BC, CM, CD, AM, PM. Let me tell you a few of them. First one is BA. BA stands for Bachelor of Arts. AD stands for Anna Domini, Christu Secamo. BC stands for Before Christ. CM, you know very well, Chief Minister. CD, Compact Disc. AM, Ante-Meridiem. Before 12, afternoon, before 12. PM, Post-Meridiem, after 12. Now, let's move on to the next part. Children, look at this pair of words. This list of words are called minimal pairs because there is in the list of the two words, only one sound is different. For example, I'll take one example, sit, seat. In these two words, you can find only one sound is different. What is the sound? The middle sound. E, sit, seat, bit, beat, E. Look at the middle sound. Lit, lead, fit, feet, fill, feel, mill, meal, ship, sheep. And also look at this list of words. Here also you can find a sound, only one sound is different. Big, pig. Here the difference is ba and pa, the first sound. Bet, pet, bill, pill, bin, pin, bat, pat. Children, you try to prepare some more pairs of words like this and show it to your teachers when you go back to schools. Now, children, I hope you understand the lesson, the importance of scientific research today in India. And I hope that you will have scientific temper in you and some of you may become one of the greatest scientists of India. And I hope that you will finish your homework promptly and show it to your teachers. Thanks for watching Ap-Vidya Varadhi program. Keep watching and keep in touch with all your lessons. Bye. Bye for now.
మా కార్యక్రమంపై మీ అభిప్రాయాలు తెలియజేయగలరు. ఈమెయిల్ ddSaptagiri@gmail.com. Facebook www.facebook.com/ddsaptagiri. Twitter twitter.com/ddsaptagiri-VJA. Instagram www.instagram.com/ddsaptagiri.